us getting involved in everybody's problems within their own borders. You know, this is something that it's horrific. But Michelle Obama will stand in the Oval Office saying, "Bring back our girls," but nobody's doing that when you have 4 dead Americans in Benghazi, and we're still, you know, they didn't do that then. They didn't say they'd rather perpetrate a lie. But it's so important for the Oval Office to get involved when it's another country.
Let me play devil's advocate to such an extent that I've never actually inhabited this seat before, the one that is almost interventionist. First of all, in a small moment of agreement on this aspect, the hashtag activism, the bring home our girls, this is my moral duty, all I have to do is tweet is absurd, and it's a character of our modern culture that I find abhorrent. And so to some extent this is going to be devil's advocate here. The answer has to be the emotional impact. The answer to both of your questions as to why you get involved here is because it reveals the true nature of evil. You see it unmasked. You see this man, you see this movement, you see this ideology, and it has taken its course on 300 little girls. Now listen, I want to say this. I have constantly made the slippery soap argument and the random application argument. I believe it. I said it about Libya. I said when we helped in Libya, why here? Why not South Sudan? Why not all these other countries, Ivory Coast? And I believe it's a legit question to ask. All I'm suggesting to you two guys is I feel emotional about this one. I'm not saying we should do something, but I understand the emotional impulse.
Well, just to tease that out for a second, a lot of people felt emotional in a way they hadn't previously after Sandy Hook. But you didn't sit here and say...
Well, I think a better analogy would be
that...
We don't have to go with the domestic issue, or the domestic examples. I think it's better to look at, for example, the aftermath of the chemical weapons attack in Syria, when you see all of a sudden... babies gasping for air, and there was this movement to do something. Now, what's interesting, and I think what people would say, is that we have moral authority and we have reality, and those things don't always line up perfectly. But in this case, if we're just sending advisors, they're not going to be in gun battles, and I'm playing a bit of devil's advocate, but quite honestly also, you know, I think that we have special forces guys. This is the kind of stuff that they do. We're engaged in covert ops all over the world all the time. If we can find these hundreds of girls and we don't have to have a U.S. shot fired or a U.S. casualty, is that something that
we kill a guy like that in the process?
In Syria, you're going to have to put thousands of people on the ground.
It's still resources, and